Hello guys, welcome back to another video. It's your girl Mira Forex and I'm back again with another video. This video was supposedly supposed to be uploaded on Sunday. So the recap was supposed to be done between Saturday and Sunday and to be uploaded on Sunday, but due to some other things in my life and my schedules and all that, I'm unable to make this type of video. But nevertheless, the most important thing being able to still put out the information and the knowledge. And the previous video I made, I so much loved it. It was more like a reflection and being able to document and put out contents like that, which can be so helpful to me and also other people out there, because at the end of the day, what is trading is a continuous refinement and a continuous process and an endless refinement. All right, so last 2 weeks was a pretty tough week for me, which I shared with you all on my trade recaps. And this week, let's see what we were able to improve. There's still a little bit mistakes here and there, but let's see what we're able to improve on and what the mindset has really been like. And for those people who have been asking me for my Notion video, I actually did uploaded that video I think on Sunday. And one thing I found out is that most times those type of videos don't really do well in my channel, but at the end of the day, what I'm focusing on is people that type of video is reaching out. So in this video, I shared how you could actually use Notion to actually journal your trade, just like I do, because I think journaling is one of the most important thing in every trader's life. So guys, from last week, which was on 7th of April, I took about 1 2 3 4 5 6 trade, 1 2 4, which particularly this trade was supposed to be a total of 5, but due to some here and there mistakes, so let's not get down into that. Let's just get down into the main video. So my first trade on Monday was USD CHF. So on this USD CHF trade, basically wake up, doing our morning forecast, using our trading plan from top-down analysis to the point of entry. So we saw this trade, and and immediately we saw the trade. We saw that we had a broker structure, price continues to the upside, and then opening price, we're looking for price to come below opening price and then give us the setup to continue to the upside, which we saw that this was a higher time frame POI we reacted off from. So basically my trading plan is always a sweep below opening price and a shift in market structure, looking for entry to enter. So basically, in this particular trade, first of all, what I would say is we got a low below the opening price. Then the thing I was so caught up with, I couldn't place my hand on the right sweep of liquidity that price did there. Okay, and most times whenever I enter this type of trade, I don't feel this thing in me that, oh, this is the plan or this is the trade. Okay, so as you can see, the structure, price broken structure in 30 minutes upside, and then price retraced back down. So in the 15 minutes, that's where I entered the trade, because basically I told you guys from the previous recap, we're sticking to the 15 minutes time frame. So price did come to the level where we wanted to enter, hit us, and then we took a loss. So reflecting back to this trade, I think most of the thing I found out is that, firstly, I think time is wrong. I guess I should have relaxed more and wait for London kill zone if I was so unsure of the trade. So basically that's something I would have done to be in time and price. Okay, all right, so I just took the trade and set my alerts for TP and SL, and I got the alerts for SL. So I set my limit entry and started my meditation, which kept me calm. All right, so takeaway: make it a habit to set alerts, TP and XL, trade entry. If you haven't received, what are you checking? So these are more like things I'm seeing that I'm trying to implement in my trading to actually do help me out in trading. Okay, to build the more of the set and forget mentality, because most of the times when we enter a trade, we're watching it here and there. We tend to make up things in our head to why we need to be on the trade, to why we need to take partials, to why we need to close out this, to how, like, a whole lot of things comes up in the head. So I think at the end of the day, the best thing you could do for yourself is not watch that thing. Okay, just set and forget. So the second trade following it was a Euro USD trade. All right, so USD prior that same day when I took the USD CHF loss, I was like, what's next? I just journaled the trade. I said on to my next interpretation of price, because having a winning attitude is about not dwelling on your past trade. Rather, what you should do is, okay, that is a reflection of where you are at the stage of your journey, how and what can you do better to improve. All right, so New York session, I saw this like this was the one I was actually looking forward to, but it seemed that London Q zone USD CHF formed, and I was like, okay, let me just take USD CHF and get done with trading for the morning. So prior to New York, at this particular POI, we got this break of structure. Price came to this POI and rallied back up. We got this sweep above opening price. My normal setup. One fun thing I love so much about my critical point of thinking at this point was I wasn't fully sure of this setup going down. So what I actually had to do was, I was like, okay, if price is really going to go down, what we're going to do is we're going to be giving up this A setup. All right, so at the point when all this was forming from the forecast, if we should go for the forecast, you see where actually started should I say forecasting, and I was expecting price to come to this particular POI. As you can see, this POI was where I was looking to get the setup for a later sell. All right, as you can see right here in the 4 hour, I was anticipating price to go above opening price, and at that POI is where we are looking to sell. And if you go now in the trade, you see that it's exactly that POI that price came in and formed the setup. And maybe price from the A plus setup, I was like, okay, let's go of this A plus setup. We'll still get the B plus setup, then we're going to enter. So continuous scenario where price is creating highs, lower highs, and lower lows and lower highs. You know that's what a bearish trend. So immediately I saw this shift in market structure, price retraced back. I just allowed this A plus setup go by. I immediately price broke this. I used my FIB2 and did my B setup, and that's how I was able to take this trade. And yeah, like I know this trade was one of the, should I say, stressful, because I was watching it, I'm not gonna lie, but it's against my plan to actually watch my trade. So I did actually watch this trade to full TP. There were a lot of mistakes there and there. If you can see where I highlighted most of them, I calculated the USD CHF instead of USD, okay, which gave me a lower loss size, which made the TP to be much, like, the, should I say, the risk to reward was not tallying. But because of I was so distracted, like focused on how I want this trade to know what this trade is going to turn out and what it's going to be. All right, so most of the things I took out was, anytime you come into the market, your aim is to follow your process and nothing else. Have a positive winning mindset. Okay, also double check to see if the pair you calculated is for the risk. So when I go into my FX book to calculate the risk using the position tool and the pips size pips I got from the trading view, it's always important to make sure to double check if it's the pair, because if the pair also affects the risk parameters, okay, if it's different pairs, different pips, it's, should I say, it differs. So you have to really pay attention to those kind of things. Okay, when I was in the trade, there was a conviction that yes, it fits the plan. All right, and as you can see, price hit TP and over to the next trade. Okay, that was 1% back, 0.5% loss. So that's like, should I say, I took at the beginning of the week I took a 0.50% loss and I took 100% loss, so which is to say that we are up 50% at this trade. So USD CHF, the next day we did our forecast. We're hoping for price to, as you can see, price did now go to sweep that low, which was where we took a loss. Price did break in structure, but price didn't retrace properly for a B setup for the setup in this USD CHF. As you can see, we're actually looking for a buy, but we're unsure of which POI price is really gonna do the buy, which as you can see here in this USD CHF, we got the sweep of the low where I placed my stop loss as first at this shift in market structure here. So as you can see, price didn't retrace more into this place to fill in this porous, but using this swing low and this swing high, this is where you got the OTE, and then price expanded up and took out the liquidity I was expecting at first for price to come to. So the previous day I was anticipating, okay, maybe a little bit retracement back to discount for us to continue this buy scenario. Okay, so opening the next day on Tuesday, I was like, okay, this is an order block, price might actually do come. I was like, okay, I really wanted to see price come to this OB, which was the level I was hoping that I would take this trade. But the way I saw that price did come, sweep this low, and also shifted the market structure, I was like, okay, maybe price is not yet ready to go down, because at the end of the day, what you're trying to do is to use the information the market is giving you to do something, rather than, should I say, expecting the market to do what you think you want it to do. Okay, so I just did take the trade, and boom, as you can see right here, I was actually watching this trade, and you can see how much it took time for price to actually hit my stop loss. And finally, after hitting the stop loss, you can see at this level again, price did go up. This was the level I was anticipating this sweep. But even with coming to this level, the CE of the order block, the breaker block, price didn't even actually do what? Rally up. Okay, so it was just a trade I would be like, yeah, it's part of the game. Traders take losses. So on different occasions on USD, when price explodes and leaves a long wick, going immediately to take that wick is always a hustle, and I always get stopped out. So I would be conscious about wick high next time. So I've gotten this experience whereby when price takes out a liquidity I'm hoping for, right, and leaves this kind of wick and does this kind of consolidation, I always have this hustle of taking a trade that actually takes out this type of external range liquidity wick. So I think it's just something that hit me, and I was like, okay, I think it's something we'll try to avoid. If we don't, even though we see those type of trade, we should just let it out and just look for high probability trend to take trades on. So that was another loss. Okay, so USD was another trade I took on the next day. So USD, I saw this setup, I was like, okay, waiting for price to come to that same place I entered the big setup of the previous week, and I was hoping for a sweep of liquidity of the previous day. That's the previous session liquidity, a shift in market structure, retracement back. This was actually the A+ setup. Okay, and one funny thing about this trade here is this trade, I saw it when I, like, everything from the beginning, I was waiting for the shift in market structure. Let's go to the forecast so you guys would see. From the beginning, I was waiting for the price, when price was at the POI right here. As you can see right here in this picture right here we have. So at this level, would see if price will give the setup for a sell. As you can see, like, the sweep hasn't even happened. I was basically waiting for the whole setup because I had this pros I was anticipating price to come take, and this liquidity below here. Okay, so at this POI in the 30 minutes, I was anticipating for price to sweep, and when we sweep, we're looking for a shift in market structure and eventually to take out all this liquidity below here, this relative equal lows, and then maybe come to the opening price back. All right, so back to the trade here. When the whole thing was forming, I actually did saw the 5 minutes, but I kept telling myself that even though the 5 minutes hit TP immediately, yes, for the 1:2, but this is not your plan, so do not panic. I was like, even when price started rolling down, and I was like, okay, this is that price is going to take out this liquidity. So if price eventually take out this liquidity before tagging me in, I have no trade again. Okay, so I just waited patiently, set my entry, and eventually price came to tag me in. As you can see how price came here, went back again, retraced back up, tag me in before going down. So we hit TP on this trade, which we bagged 1% as well. So look at the 5 minutes. I also did reflect back on the 5 minute trade, whereby I saw the sweep, I saw the change of state of delivery, I saw the shift in market structure. So this was the 5 minutes. This was the 5 minutes entry that I saw that I regretted not entering. Okay, but it's not in my plan to enter a 5 minutes trade. It was before I was trading the lower time frame, which was the 5 minutes, but I stopped, and trying to take this would have hit TP sooner than even when price came to tag me in the main setup of the 15 minutes, and then went to TP. But nevertheless, I still did capitalize on the trade, which is still a win-win. Nothing more than follow your plan, girl. Be process driven, try to learn even if it's a loss, and always use your plan to forecast and take the trade that fits the plan, the forecast. Okay, keep it up, girl. So these are the ways, like, I attempt to encourage myself as you can see how long it took for me to actually wait for the setup to come and the rest. So finally, this is another 1% backed, and then over to the last 2 trades. Okay, so this is where I always tell you guys that it's always important to set and forget. So prior to this trade, I did my forecast using my trading plan from top-down analysis to the end. Okay, and as you can see here, I think the sell side is likely to happen. On the higher time frame, we'll have some pros I was anticipating for price to do come and sweep. Okay, so going to the actual trade. I don't know, the network is pretty down. So going to the actual trade right here, as you can see, we got a sweep, then a shift in market structure. So we're looking for retracement to sell down to take out this progress right here. And this trade, why this trade was forming, the USD as well was forming. And like, you know, I'm somebody who use intermarket relationship, okay, whereby I correlate pairs and also inversely correlated pairs and positive correlated pairs. So if USD share is bullish, euro and GBP should be bearish. Okay, so that was what more like this trade was all about. So I waited for everything for this trade to align. Actually did waited for price to come to the POI, as you can see, as you all can see right here. I actually waited for price to come to this POI, and if you look at my call out here, price can either reverse from here downward or disrespect this level. This is where I will seek the setup for a sell at this POI right here. Okay, all right, so immediately I saw price at that POI at the lower time frame, 1 hour. I was waiting for price to sweep this liquidity again and hit it and then reverse back. But something again happened whereby I was like, okay, would price come to this fair value gap, which made it why I didn't really trust this trade, which is why I made the mistake I made on this particular trade, which was, okay, the time this trade was forming, I saw it, I set my entry for a sell. Okay, and when I set my entry for a sell, price did come, triggered me in, and then the whole consolidation that happened right here was what it took for EURUSD as well to come to the setup I was looking at it in EURUSD as well. Okay, so this trade, when I took this trade after this consolidation and everything, and I saw EURUSD happening. Okay, the thing here is I think I lost the EURUSD picture, so I think we're going to go into real time to show you guys the trade, because my Notion actually uses data. So I think while documenting the trade, the actual trade, my data was not on, so I actually lost a copy of it. So this was the particular trade I saw in EURUSD, the time the GBP/USD as well was formed. Okay, so we got this sweep right here, and we got this shift in market structure right here, and I drew my fib from the swing high to this swing low. So we're supposed to enter at 0.6, between the 0.61 and this. Okay, so we entered. So while I was already in GBP/USD trade, okay, while I was already in the trade, I was already seeing price coming back to USD, EURUSD. I was like, okay, this looks so much better than the GBP/USD trade. So why don't we take this EURUSD instead and leave the GBP/USD? So at the point when I actually did calculated my risk, I entered this EURUSD trade. So we're going to copy it back so we can be able to paste it again there, because I know I lost it, because last time I tried to reflect on the trade, the picture was no longer there. So you can see it here. As you can see, the picture is no longer here. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to delete this, we're going to come down, then we're going to paste this new picture right here. So okay, so this was the trade, and as you can see, everything did align. So if not because of I actually did misbehave on this trade by exiting GBP/USD and took euro, if it was euro I took first and I took this loss, this is an acceptable loss, because as you can see in this trade right here, price did what? Hit tip. Price did really go back to hit tip. I don't know why this picture is really not uploading. Okay, Okay, if this one is not going to open, we can go to real time to actually check it out. Okay, but let's just go over what we learned, which is do not ever exit a trade again because you think one looks better than one. Always just take responsibility. Don't expect. Okay, as you can see here, we got the sweep, we got the entry. Price did just go to weak us out with just a little bit from the stop loss, and then price went to full take profit. Okay, but in the GBP USD, price did just go to take profit. So if you can see, I'll post my statistics there so you guys can see. I exited it at $2 win, which price did later on did what hit TP, but USD hit stop loss. Okay, so that's basically telling you all that. Most times you might think you know what you know, but at the end of the day, the market will always give you the information it prints. The only thing you have to do is to follow your plan and nothing else. And the set and forget, if I actually did follow my rules, my trading plan, which is set and forget, that I wasn't watching this, I wouldn't have been able to say, okay, let's exit this for this other one because it looks better than this other one. So I think basically that's all for this video, and I hope this video is insightful and you got knowledge from it. Remembering that the most important thing about trading is that your edge can give you continuous words. Your edge can give you wins, but your edge does not guarantee you continuous, should I say, profitability. The only thing that guarantees you continuous profitability is your ability to stay disciplined to follow your plan. Okay, as you can see, my edge are giving me wins, but at the end of the day, I'm still the one making some mistakes here and there. But nevertheless, we're still grateful because we ended the week with a positive P&L, and on to the next week, which we are already in, being today being Tuesday. So I hope this video was insightful and you got knowledge from it, and thank you so much for sticking to this extent of the video, and see you guys in the next video. All right, thank you.